Hello student, today we are going to discuss the topics JavaScript event, input and other object events, JavaScript built-in objects like string object, math object and date object. First we will discuss JavaScript events. Events are actions done by the user or an application that occurs on the web page. In previous year, we studied different keyboard events like on key press, on key down, on key up and mouse events on click, on mouse move, on mouse out, on mouse over. Okay. Similarly, there are some more events used with form objects. Once again, I repeat what is meant by event. Events are actions done by the user or an application that occurs on the web page. In general language also, in our day-to-day life, we are using the word that I have to go for certain event. So, what is meant by that event? It means some program or some function for which you are going. Okay. So, same type of events are also take place on the web page, but here it is different than our day-to-day life. These events are nothing but the actions done by the user, and after that action something will be occurred on the web page, that is called as JavaScript event. Okay. Now see the input and other object events. Here we have the event handler and description. So first event handler is onBlur. It occurs when user leaves field or loses focus of an element. Remember what is meant by onBlur. OnBlur is what? It is occur when user leaves field or loses focus on an element. Then there is a second event handler, onFocus. It occurs when an element gets focus. Now see that onFocus is the opposite of onBlur event handler. These two are the opposites of each other. Here in onBlur it loses focus of an element, and in onFocus it occurs when an element get focus. Okay. Then see the third, onChange. It occurs when user changes content of an element or selects drop down value. For example, for text box, password, select box, text area, etc. OnChange is what? OnChange occurs when user changes content of an element or selects drop down value. So we know that when we are inserting the field like text box, firstly it is empty, okay, and when we enter some text then it gets filled. So that is called as on change event handler. Same way, if you have to select certain value, suppose that field is drop down text box, then you can select country, which includes different names of country. If you want to select month, then it contains month like January, February up to December. Okay. So that when you select will change. So that is called as on change event handler. After that, the next event handler is on select. It occurs when user selects some text of an element. On submit, it occurs when user clicks submit button. Now remember one thing, after finishing the process of filling the form, the user has to submit the form. Okay, at that time, in that form we have the two options, one is submit and one is reset. Okay, so when the user clicks on submit, the information filled by the user will stored to the database. Okay, so to submit this information means that will be take place with the help of on submit event. Okay, after that, the next one is on reset. It occurs when user clicks reset button. As I told you earlier, when we filled all the information into the form, it contains two types of button, one is submit and one is reset. So here the next event handler is on reset. Suppose when you filled information into the form and you know that the information filled by the user is wrong into certain field, so that wrong filled information we want to change and we have to fill the correct information into that field. Okay, so for that purpose this on reset event handler is useful. Then the next one is on load event handler. It occurs when page or image has been loaded. Now when any user is going to surf on internet, at that time the user is entering a text to the search box and according to that the search engine will provide the results to the user. Okay, so when that user will get the result, it happens that results are coming into the form of hyperlinks, and when user click on that hyperlink, he will or she will get the pages, web pages, which contains the information about the searching keyword. So that process of loading a web page is called as on load event handler. And after that, the last event is on unload. Here it occurs when document or page has been unloaded or closes. Remember again, on unload, it occurs when document or page has been unloaded or closes. Means that when user clicks to the close button, it will be get close, that is called as on unload event handler. Okay. Then see the next one, JavaScript built in object. JavaScript has several built-in or core language objects. These built-in objects are available regardless of window content and operates independently of whatever page browser has loaded. These objects provide different properties and methods that are useful while creating live web pages. So, see the first JavaScript built-in object, it is string object. String is used to store 0 or more characters of text within single or double quotes. Remember always, when we are using a string, that string will be declared into a single quote or double quote. Okay. So, string is used to store 0 or more characters of text within single or double quotes. String objects is used to store and manipulate text. What is the use of string object? String object is used to store and manipulate text. Okay. Now, see the properties of string object. Now, there is only a single property of string object. Length is the property of string object. What is its use? It returns the number of characters in a string. Length property will return the number of characters in a string. Okay. After that, we will see the methods of string object. Now, see the first method, char at. This char at method will returns the character at the specified position. Now, these characters are written in a number. It gives you the position, means it returns the number where the character is. It may be at position 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay. Then next method, index of. Index of returns the index of the first occurrence of specified character in given string, or -1 if it never occurs. So, with that index you can determine if the string contains the specified character. Okay. Then see the next method, last index of. Returns the index of the last occurrence of specified character in given string. What is the use of this method? Last index of. This will returns the index of the last occurrence of specified character in given string. Okay. Then see the next method, substr. Returns the character you specified. For example, into small bracket 14,7. So, this will return 7 characters from the 14th character. Substr is what? A string method which is used to return the characters from specified location. Here we will have 14, 7. So this will start from the 14th character and returns the next 7 characters. Okay. After that, see the next method, substring. Substring returns the character you specified. Here see that the example 7, 14 returns all characters between the 7th and the 14th. Here it is different than the sub str. Sub str will return the characters from first location up to the next provided number. Okay, and here it returns from the first location which will be provided into bracket up to the last location, but it provides the character from the next location of provided character and before the last location. Okay, and next method, trim. The trim method removes white space from both sides of a string. White space means the blank space. Here in trim method it removes the white space from both sides of the string. Okay, and then last two methods of the string, that is to lowercase and to uppercase. This to lowercase converts a string to lowercase, means it converts all the characters of provided string into lowercase alphabets, and to uppercase method will convert the string to uppercase characters. Okay. Then see the example on the string object. Here we have the variable str. Str represents the string. As I told you earlier, when we are using a string, it will be initialized into a single quote or double quote. See here, the variable str is denoted into double bracket, which contains the text information technology. Okay. Now see how many characters are there into the information technology. Here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 characters in information. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 plus 10, that is 21. And here this blank space is one more character. So 22 characters. There are total 22 characters are there in this str variable. Okay. So see the next example, document dot write. Length of string is plus str dot length. Now we all are aware of the instance of class. By using the dot we are creating the instance. So here str is the variable and length is the property of string, and when this dot is used between the variable and this property, it will give you the answer of length of the provided string. So we know that there are total 22 characters including a blank space, or we called it as white space. So see, the output of that length of string is 22. Okay. Then the next example, document dot write substring is. Here you will see that this substring is the method. First example is the example of property of string, and second example is the example of method of string. So see here, document dot write substring plus str dot sub str, okay, and into bracket 12 comma 10. So this will give you the location 12 and it returns the character after that location. How many characters are here? This method has to write, it has to write 10 characters. So see, in output you will get technology, okay. So it includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 characters. So after the location 12 you will get this 10 characters. So this is called as property and methods of string, okay.